Well, hello. Here's Everett and Lorajean, and most of us are here. Just hanging out in the art studio, as usual. The boys have actually been, all the kids, except Lizzie, she's at school, at public school. These guys have been learning from YouTube videos, and right now they've been watching a movie. School movies, yeah. They've been learning about animals in Asia.
Yeah, and monkeys that kiss. I learned about that.
Yeah? Is that funny? I've always wondered if kissing was invented by people or if it just happens naturally. It sounds like it happens naturally.
Or maybe monkeys learn it from humans or invented it.
Maybe.
Like, oh, we could do that if we're married.
If you're married, yep, then you can kiss like that. Kiss like monkeys. Just kidding. She's like, what? No. That sounds weird, huh? Look at this. Lorajean's making up a pattern. It could be used for like scrapbook paper or, you know, to make stickers or whatever. We're really like going gung-ho on this thing. Lorajean's...
Oh, I thought it was going to be moon phases.
Oh, it's not quite, yeah.
This one.
The one you did before. So she's just experimenting right now with how to make patterns on Photoshop here. We just bought Photoshop, the full well, not really the full version. We bought the very last boxed copy that our local Best Buy had. And the only other option, if you don't find the boxed copy, is to sign up on Photoshop's website, and you have to pay monthly for it. And we thought, well, we don't use it enough right now to need the full version or to pay monthly, to justify paying monthly. So we were lucky that we got this boxed version, which is a slightly simplified version of it, but it does everything we need to do. But we got it for $100. So anyway, that was kind of a cool find. And we've used Photoshop before, but it was just loaded onto our old computers. And so this is our first legitimate copy. Whoops. Emmy's.
I throwed it on.
Oh, you did? You throwed it on?
Hello.
So Lorajean has always been really good at Photoshop, I feel. So what are you doing here, honey?
I'm just
Making
trying
stickers.
to...
Make stickers.
Make stickers?
I'm trying to make the dot pattern maybe turn into moon phases or donuts. I'm trying to get the spacing right here, so
Yeah.
I could just hand...
She knows all these
I could
shortcuts,
just hand do it, Mancho. Here, let's just hand do it.
but she figured out that as she
Here, let's
spaces
make...
the brush
Oh, it needs to be...
more than the width of itself apart, then it automatically makes the proper spacing, but then she lines them up with these guides, and I don't know. I'm pretty good at Photoshop, but this fascinates me that you can do that kind of stuff, because I am not that good. I just load my photos of my paintings in and color correct them to be the right way and crop them, and that's it. But this is pretty cool. I could see that being wrapping paper too, honey.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna make bite marks out of the donut.
And actually, when I zoom up this close, it gets a little bit pixelated, so I guess we couldn't print that one.
There's the
much
donut.
larger. That's
Well,
fun. I like it.
Well, it's pixelated, but it's not. See?
Oh, yeah. So it's only pixelated when it was small. So these are all vector, right? So no matter how big you get them.
Mom, could I make a donut?
What does vector mean?
Vector art means that no matter how big you make it, it still is nice and smooth. Yeah, not pixelated. Yeah. So. Anyway, so yeah.
The name of that creepy guy on the screen.
Yeah, it is his name. The bad guy's name is Vector in the movie. Well, Everett and Lizzie have been helping me out. They've been earning some money. So I've got a bunch of these boards here that...
I want to make a donut.
Got these boards that I paint white with primer, and then then they look like this, and I paint my oil paintings on them. And over the years, I've discovered that, after experimenting with different options, canvas and such being one of them, these ones they make a painting that's better and lasts longer than canvas. Although I do still paint on canvas, like this one here. It's a big one. It's as big as banjo. Bigger, in fact. So Everett did a couple of those that size, and how much did you earn?
$12.
Yeah, so $6 each. So I figured out that if I pay the kids by the square inch, so if they make a big one for me, then they earn more money, and if they do small ones, Banjo wants to do some small ones for me so she can earn a dollar or two. And so Everett earned $12 yesterday, and Lizzie earned $6 because she's trying to pay me back for some clothes that we got her. And I'm really happy to be in the position now that we can actually afford to pay our kids to help us out instead of just me doing all of it myself.
Oh no.
Which was fun. You know, I kind of enjoy every aspect of making the art and, you know, all the things that get ready for it. And soon I'm going to be making and building my own frames, and then I'll train the kids how to do that after I get good at it, and maybe they'll help me learn in the process. And I just think these are opportunities to involve the kids in what I do and what Lorajean does. Obviously hers is a little bit more fun for the kids. I'm looking at what she's doing right now. It's just awesome. She's got Emmy in her lap. Decided on donuts. I love it. But it's just a fun way to involve the whole family in not only just making art, because they're not all as interested in making a career of their art as Lorajean and I are, but they can earn their own money this way, and we can provide it, and we can, you know, write it off as as an employee type of expense. We're not that involved quite yet. We can pay them a few $100s a year and without having to worry about it. It'll just be written off as an expense. But it's just kind of fun to start a family business that way and to involve them. And hopefully, and this pattern has been done many times by artists, you know, they'll get their kids to make panels. I call those panels, I guess. Make panels or frames for them, and then the kids grow up and make a huge booming business out of it, and then their parents, yeah, there's a great business in town where the father's a successful artist and wanted us kids to make frames for him just so he would save money, and then they made a very, very lucrative business out of it, and they sell to artists all over the country, at least, maybe the world. And anyway, so that'd be fun to do. I think that's the plan going forward. To show you what I'm talking about, let me grab this from my little workbench. So here's a molding that I want to maybe try to not duplicate exactly, but this type of stuff. And I've got finished frames here that I've purchased that have this kind of the same idea. Things going on in the corners, but this one's 100% wood and hand carved. And so I've purchased molding. Here's a big stick that I can't easily get back there because the girls were moving stuff around, making a fort back there. Anyway, that's a piece of literal frame molding. It's got the little cutout so that the frame, or so that the painting fits back inside it, and the edge of the frame covers it up. But so, you know, always taking on new projects. But right now, I am wondering what to paint. I've got lots of options here, kind of in the country and farm realm. Those are pretty. I always like cows and horses, but I haven't painted a lot of them lately, so I think it's about due for one of those. Got some. This is the way that I manage and organize my work. It's just in piles of various degrees of importance on my priority list. And Lorajean was very helpful in helping me get those a little bit more organized than they were. I say that tongue-in-cheek because it's not really that organized, but it works for me. I have to be able to see it, otherwise it kind of I forget that it exists. Anyway, yeah. So here's Lorajean wants to show off some things that she's.
This is the thing I want to sell as like a printable thing. You cut them out. You put them on sticker paper, and then you can put them in your journal and turn your journal into a planner.
That's it.
Shh, girls, just a sec. Mom's talking. And so yesterday we found out you can buy sticker paper on Amazon, right? It's on Amazon.
You can get it at Michael's too if you don't want to get it online.
And some
they
of it
have
was
clear sticker paper that you can buy. So if you wanted this, like this camera, for example, you can get it so it doesn't cover up your list.
and then you can draw on it too, right?
Yep.
You can write
Well,
on it
I think
easily.
so. If you have a permanent marker, I think you can write on the clear ones. But if you want to write on it, you'd want to do just kind of like a matte paper. These are just cardstock because I don't have sticker paper, but which you could do also and just glue it with a glue stick or rubber cement. I mean, you could do all sorts of things.
I love the vibe that all these are going for, just this vintage thing. Oh, that one on a clear one would be cool.
This one, yeah, that would be really cool.
Especially if you had other things that you draw that could be like, they could put it on top or under the sticker. Whoops. Have stuff in the jar by combining multiple things.
Yes, that would be really cute.
Anyway, if you guys can't tell, we're like totally into this thing. This has become a really big
I just love
project that
doodling,
we're-
and I want to, I don't know, I figure, and I love journaling, and I love photography, and so I would love to combine all of my skills together to create a journal for me, which I have. I'll show you a page that I'm willing to share.
And if you really want to learn
Just-
about that day in your
It's
lives,
just about gushing about our anniversary, so if you really want to read it, you can find out. How much
pause the video and read it
So
if you
this
want.
is one, and these are pictures I got off Pinterest, but then I realized that I don't have, you can just look on my Pinterest if you want to find out where they're from.
So we don't
but-
have rights to use these necessarily. Oh, well, we have rights to use them personally, right? Yeah, you can use anything off the internet for personal use.
Right, but if
Kind
I was
of.
going to sell, I mean, as a kit, like if I was going to sell things that you put in, and then I would use my own photography.
I should take back what I said. You're not really allowed to use anything off the internet unless you get permission from the author or the photographer of it.
Now that we've shared it,
Now it's out there. No, but the point is to share it. But our hope is that we can share it as a big kit and
Yeah.
make a little bit of money.
well, and then I want to do for people who are going to like want journaling about their garden, then you can grab these, print them off, cut them out, put them here, and then instead of animal chores, you'd say, I planted carrots, check mark, and then I planted my beets, check mark, that kind of stuff.
So we're trying to go
organize our lives. We figured we might as well share.
and we were trying to go through the complexities of planting a garden this morning,
You need, like
and
your own whole planner.
it's crazy how much is involved. And we've taken all kinds of notes from previous years, but they're not all organized. But they're really valuable things that we learned from gardening and from failing
And
gardening.
having them written down helps too, so you don't make the same mistakes every single year. Which,
Yeah.
yeah,
Number
can happen.
number one on our list this year, and I haven't.
Is actually plant one.
Yeah, compared to last year.
Yeah, last year was our healing year where we just kind of huddled into the fetal position.
We didn't do well.
We planted 5 tomato plants in pots, and I would say they don't taste as good. We didn't use homemade compost,
Yeah.
so they didn't.
We
They
did.
tasted like grocery store tomatoes.
Yeah, we did. We
I was
added
really
a little bit of
disappointed.
compost to that mix,
So
but it
we-
wasn't
You use
great.
grocery store compost or soil. We used potting soil from the grocery store. No, we made our own.
We
potting
made
soil.
it, but it was a little too heavy on the peat moss and other stuff, and
so
not heavy
the
enough
tomatoes
on our.
tasted like peat moss, I guess.
I don't know. Just yeah, there wasn't that homegrown flavor that we really wanted. So this year we're gonna go in the ground again, and yeah, a lot of stuff that we want to do. We're kind of waiting for the weather. It was great yesterday, and then it snowed all night last night. It's not snowing now, but it's gonna be warm, but pretty drizzly for a few days. Anyway, I'm excited to clean up out there. Those of you who watch our channel are gonna say, "Oh yeah, you've been saying that for years." Well, you're right. We do it a little bit at a time. All right. Well, I I guess we'll get back to work. Not back on it, we're still on it, yeah. All right, well, thanks for joining us. I guess we'll get back to work. I'm gonna try to come up with something new to paint. I'm feeling that sense of like wanting to say something more in my work than what I've been saying the past couple weeks. So I feel a challenge and an experiment coming on, and that's always a fun way to be. What's the term? Living on the edge of the cutting edge? No, it's more like I don't know, more of a spiritual, positive way to think about living. And I'm gonna butcher it, and I didn't plan on even talking about this, but someone said how important it is to be just a little bit uncomfortable with
outside your comfort zone.
Just live barely outside your comfort zone at all times. That way you're always pushing yourself. Yeah, stretching yourself, pushing yourself to be a little bit better.
Within the realm of healthy mind frame. Don't put yourself into anxiety and panic attacks.
Don't run faster than you're able.
Or Cain. Actually, run faster than him. He's not cool.
Run faster than Cain, but not able.
Whoever was the murderer. Run faster than him.
Cain was the bad guy. Yeah.
You gotta throw the puns.
But we've discovered that, yeah, we don't push ourselves too hard, but are always living in a state of, you know, we're not letting ourselves get into our comfort zone too heavily, because that's not healthy. And, you know, just like any physical muscle can atrophy, if you put yourself in your comfort zone at all times, you're never going to grow spiritually and mentally and emotionally. Yeah, you'll lose those spiritual and emotional and mental skills. And we don't want to do that. So we're constantly putting ourselves out there, you know, suffering the possibility of ridicule and judgment. But yeah, I think it's good for all of us. Yeah, by having a YouTube channel, yeah, and sharing our art with the world. And yeah, I'd be interested in hearing any stories where you guys have, you know, pushed yourself beyond what you thought you were able, and if you were able to, you know, continue that for a while.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, you all are pretty awesome in your own way. Everybody has their own way of being pretty awesome. But what have you discovered in yourself? Anyway, I had fun reading the comments from yesterday's videos today. Very fun to read. Very encouraging. When
you think about the way God sees us, then you would be like mind blown at your capacity.
Yeah.
That's a good, healthy thing to ponder a lot and pray about.
Well, Banjo's saying there's an emergency. Oh, Emmy's
tied. Emmy's tied up.
Not quite an emergency, but oh yeah. All right. Well, on that note, we'll say goodbye until tomorrow. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
And we are gonna love it, and there's gonna my little fairy, my little flurry.
I love you, Emmy.
The flurry one.